Ooh, hello there, my fellow miners and crafters. GoodTimesWithScar here, and welcome back to StudTech, where we take modded building to the extreme, and we're working on Scar's horse trading emporium, one super awesome horse stable. So let's get this episode underway. Alright, and welcome back to StudTech Spawn Village here, where we're building our super awesome horse stable. But before we head to our project today, I would like to show off some of the different shops around the village in the beginning of each episode. So this is Wells Knight's Lumber Company. So this is where he stores and sells all of his different logs and things like that he gets from his farm. Now, one of the coolest things in here is how he incorporated the leaves to give it a little bit more of a forestry feel. I love it. And then, of course, this is where we bought some of the wood to build our horse stable. So let's jump over here. I know you guys want to see how many DecoCraft balls that I gave him in the payment backpack, of course. So let's take a quick look here. And yeah, so that's kind of a lot. So hopefully he's able to use those and build some super awesome things. And yeah, so let's take a look at the upper level here. This is just kind of, I think, an area where he stores a lot of the extra materials. And back in the day before we had angel rings, we used to hang glide out of these windows. And yeah, it's kind of fun taking a quick look at some of the shops. I think in our next episode, we'll take a look at Hector's art shop. But let's fly on over here because we need to get right into it today, and we'll be working on Scar's Horse Trading Emporium, our very first spawn shop. All right, so we're gonna put these blocks like so, and we're just gonna get right into it with these wedges going across there like that, and we'll fly on the back side here and go boom and bam. There we go. And then we'll put this block right there. Oops, my mistake. This block actually goes right there. So first block's gonna go right there, and then we'll sneak on over here, and then we put our scaffolding. There's our wonderful scaffolding. Awesome. So something exciting happened today. Something exciting, which I'm really excited for, is after a lot of years, I finally purchased a new digital SLR. As you guys know, I love photography, and it's just been a passion since I was like 9 years old. First time, my dad, he bought a new camera. We lost our point and shoot camera, and he went out and he decided to get a nice digital SLR. And I remember looking at it, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And the second I picked that up, I was like, oh, I really liked, I don't know, there's just this little light turned on when I picked it up and started just kind of clicking away, taking some pictures. Probably not that very good. I did a ton of practice, and then my mom and I, when I was 9, went to Florida, and that's when my cousin was born. And during that trip, I practiced and practiced with that camera. And just ever since then, I've just been addicted to photography. I love it. And so for the last 10 years, I've been using the same camera. But in this digital age, camera technology advances very rapidly, of course, similar to cell phone technology and things of that nature. And my camera is really outdated. It's 10 years old, and I have been saving for a very long time. And I was able to finally purchase a new camera, which I'm really excited about. And the thing is with this camera is it's going to open up different possibilities for the channel, and we're going to do Scar adventures where we go out and do maybe a little photography adventure when we go to let's jump down here. When we go to PAX, when we go to TwitchCon, all these things, I'll be able to do some really fun and exciting things with these cameras and setups that I have planned. And I'm excited because I know the fun things we're going to be able to do for the channel. And yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. There we go. So yeah, I probably have already talked about this maybe in another video because I'm recording so much content hopefully ahead of time for my surgery. So when you're watching this, I'm currently on medical leave, if you will, and trying to recover from all of that stuff. So next thing we're gonna do, as you see, we brought that across there. So now what we're gonna go is we're gonna sneak on the back here, and we're gonna bring this all the way across. Now we will cut into this and make a window. Now I have kind of a fun idea for this design. So the first thing we're going to do here is get this all assembled and get the roof line all complete and all that good stuff. And then we're going to work on some of those fun small details like, a loft with lots of hay and all that good stuff. There we go. So are any of you guys into photography? Is that anyone's passion? Anything that you guys enjoy to do? Because it's definitely something that really appeals to me. I love the art form, and it's something that I guess it's kind of in my bones, if you will. My grandpa, he was a photography teacher, and then my aunt's been just as much into photography as I am her entire life. And it's just something that it's funny in our family. We've always been drawn to photography. There we go. And then we just open this section up just a little bit more, okay? And we went 1, 2, 3, and then of course we had a spacing of 3 on either side. Now we might readjust this a little bit, so hang tight with me on that, hang tight. But yeah, there's just something about the art form that I love, and a big part of it is getting out there. Each person finds their own passion, of course, in photography, what type of things that they want to shoot. And I think I'm going to go up one more level above here, and I'll remove this line going across here. And the passion that I have is landscape photography. I love getting out into the wilds and taking, photos of beautiful landscapes and stuff like that. I'm not a huge people person, like taking pictures of people. Like that's never been something that I've been super interested in my photography, not career, but photography time, I guess. I don't know. Tell me what I should call it. I don't know. My time as playing around with photography. So yeah, I've never been a huge person that liked, taking pictures of people. But I love sports. That's a good one. I guess that's people. But I like sports. I guess it's portraits that I've never been a big fan of taking, kind of static portraits of people. I like to see people, in motion, doing things, stuff like that. And yeah, so that is what I like to do. I want to know what you got. I want to know if you guys are any photographers, or what's your hobby? What's your passion? What do you like to do with your time? And I like to know. I like to hear about people's hobbies and different things like that. It's, what? I'm so going on about this and going on about that. I want to double check to make sure that's correct. So I'm going to leave that off what we just did there. And I want to do a couple double checking things and of course catch my breath. So I'm going to be right back. All right, and welcome back. And I thought I had made a critical scar mistake, but fortunately I did not. And let's move this across here. I might move this block down one, maybe do it in carpenter's blocks. What happened was I put this block there, and that is incorrect. That is incorrect. That's where we goofed up. And yeah, so there we go. We've got that looking really awesome so far. So let's move on this backside here. Now I did this little test. So I took these carpenter stairs and then I ran them all the way up there, just doing a test to see how things are going to line up and if they're all going to be symmetrical and just the way we like it. And so what we're doing is we're just going to bring some stairs going across here. And yeah, so like I was saying, what are you passionate about? What gets you excited? What gets you into like a hobby or something like that? I would love to know. I would love to know what you guys like to do. I know the mining and the crafting is probably one of your big hobbies, but I like to hear what people are passionate about. It's fun to listen to people who are passionate about things, and especially the things that you have absolutely no idea what they're talking about. That is like some of my favorite things to listen to, are like cool things that I've absolutely no idea what they're talking about, but it's so fascinating. There we go. Wonderful. Awesome. Looking good. Looking good. Yeah, it's a weird thing, but I really do like listening to like experts, if you will, like experts in a particular field or something, talk about stuff that I have no idea what they're talking about, but trying to kind of learn, oh, I see. Ah, that's pretty cool. All right, so there we go, guys. You can kind of see the pattern that we're doing here. We're running up some stairs going like this, and let me give you some measurements here. So we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, with a spacing of 3. And then we're running this all the way up there like that. And I think that's looking pretty good. So as you can see, the backside, not complete because we're going to do it similar to what we've done on the front. So I'll just do that off camera. So what we've done on that side, we'll do over there, unless I change my mind. That's why I actually kind of haven't done anything there yet, because I haven't quite made up my mind. So eventually we'll get to that. But I'll be right back. Let me catch my breath, and I'll see you in just 1 minute. All right, and welcome back. And look at that. We're starting to get some shapes built into our stable, and that's starting to look pretty good. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be applying some of the similar textures that we did on the Fort Commander's house at the fort. So rest in peace, fort. I'm so sad about the fort. We got to fix that somehow. There we go. And then we will clear out our scar mistake. There we go. Look at that. Oh, I love it. So of course I have done the other side, just kind of getting ahead there, getting our stuff all set up and ready to go. So the next thing we need to do is start to kind of work on the back of the house. Now I've determined that I'm going to make a couple modifications to the front, so we will probably do some of that on camera because we're not just going to repeat what we did on the front. There we go. So yeah, I'm going to do a couple little differences here or there. Nothing major, but yeah, so let's clear this all out of there. And yeah, so now let's get started over here. So as you could see, let's make sure everything's lined up. Okay, all right, we're looking good. We're looking good. So we're going to do something similar to what we've done like that on this side. So we'll just jump on over here, place that like so. We'll clear out all the miscellaneous. There we go. Bring that like so. Cut that in there. Actually, how do we do that, my friends? How do we do that? Do we put, oh, I see. We went like that. We cut this like so. We put that on top, and there we go. We are set for success. There we go. So we're going to place that like that and use this kind of as a little starting line going up like that. Come on, there you go. And then we'll cut out the little center. So yeah, let me get some of this legwork done, and I'll see you in just 1 second. And there we go. We've got the basic setup that we had on the other side. And now we're just down here working on the kind of interior walls. There we go, looking good. So just getting the basic kind of setup going here. So over on this side we had about 3, and yeah, so the basic, you know, setup of this I think will be similar. I was gonna do something different on the second floor, but if that doesn't happen, that's fine. There we go, and then we'll just stick these pieces in here and bang those along there, and wonderful. And yeah, that is looking good. That is looking good. And we'll put these pieces along here like so. And let's see, let's cut that out of there and bring those across. So let's see, I'm trying to think, my friends, trying to think. So when we talked about getting our horses, so I have horses. The problem is I don't remember where I left them. So I have about 5 or so horses and a couple donkey friends. And yeah, kind of misplaced my my friends, and that's a problem. You know, when you have friends, you put them in cages so they don't get lost. It's for their own safety. It's for their own safety. So as I was kind of going along, I was kind of thinking to myself, Scar, where'd you leave your friends? Where'd you leave your horse friends? And I think if I go out from the fort and go straight back and just keep following that trail, I think I'll run into them. I think they'll probably be okay. I think I left them near apple tree, so they've got plenty of food. Don't be worrying about them. There we go. But yeah, I may have lost my horses, so that's a thing. We will remedy that very shortly, of course. We can't have that. All right, there we go. And put that across there, and looking good. I've fallen into a hole. I can't get out. All right, there we go. And then let's see, we'll put this block along here. And yeah, so we'll just do similar to what we've done on the other side, put that on there. And then of course, take the larger carpenter's block on the top here, and then run these across here by hitting them on the top of the head like so. And yeah, so I'll just continue to work, and I'll catch you in just 1 second. All right, and welcome back. Now, I originally really did want the backside to be different, but then I ended up thinking, you know, I think it's just will look better having it nice and symmetrical, just the way we like it, of course. And I think that'll look good. I think it'll look good having it, you know, pretty well symmetrical. And I think, let's see, I think we'll bring this piece. Yeah, wonderful. We'll just bring this across here, and we're going to start to line that all up. And yeah, so I guess I'm going to have to go on a hunt for horses, StudTech style, and try to find my friends that I've misplaced, because that's the thing, apparently, with me. I misplaced my my horses, but that's just the way it is, I guess. There we go. But once we do get them all settled and ready to go, we'll have them in the little barn, and they'll be super happy, and they'll just love every second of their time here at Scar's Horse Trading Emporium. There we go. Put that across there. Hit that on top. There we go. Yeah, so the theme of this is kind of carrying on from our fort. So, you know, there's always kind of like the stable, if you will, for any particular, you know, old Wild West town and stuff like that. So I thought it was fun to kind of carry the theme that we have over there to the village here. So the Spawn Village can have something that, you know, you look at this and you might want to head over to our Wild West town area. And we're going to put our final touches here. So let's jump on up here and place these across here. And we can officially say this barn is coming alive. It is coming alive. Oh, it's looking wonderful. Oh, it's very exciting to see the everything kind of coming together and actually starting to look pretty good. So yeah, I'm excited about that. And for the interior, I'm going to start to work on the interior. So if you guys have any cool ideas for what you want to see for the interior, or any amazing kind of redstone gates that we can use to keep our horses in their stalls, that would be amazing if you would help me with that. And yeah, so until next time, this has been Good Times with Scar, and I always really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my videos. And if you believe the video deserved a rating, that would be much appreciated. And until next time, we'll see you later, and don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Just crafting up some good stuff here, so I want to put that down, put that there, and had to get a new sleeping bag, and then of course let's get started. So first thing we're going to do, I was kind of playing around a little bit, getting some proportions set up, so that's what we're going to